So before I start on, I would like to set the expectation that all of us are working from home. So you might feel a lot of feedback from my side also, and there might be some issue in the internet as well because the bandwidth has been shared. So I would request each one of you to be on mute. If there are any questions, you can use the chat box or you can unmute yourself at that point of time and I can answer that. This is not a long presentation. This is a very short presentation wherein I have slides and I'm going to give you the basic information on how authors would submit, how they will use the RLA platform. So I'll quickly share my screen and I would request everyone to be on mute just to avoid the background feedback. Right. So I think you can see my screen now. Ahmed, can you confirm me? Yeah. Thank you very much, Brian.
Yes, Ranbir, we can see the
Right.
screen. Go ahead.
So, very good morning, good afternoon to all of you from India. My name is Ranbir Singh and I represent IEEE Client Services for India, Middle East, Bangladesh, and Nepal. I work closely with the IEEE Explore Digital Library team, wherein my team's role is to conduct training sessions. So we go online, we go on site, and we try to educate all the end users on the platform that contributes world's one-third literature in the field of electronic, electrical, and computer science. I'm talking about a platform that encounters almost 15 million downloads every month. So we don't call it as a training because you all are professionals, you know how to use WhatsApp and Facebook. There is no need to teach you how to download an article. But there are certain tips and tricks which I would discuss with you in person whenever I'll be fortunate enough to visit your country after this difficult time when we resume to the normalcy. So there are certain tips and tricks that we can tell you that would really help you to save your time, because what we do on Google is search and what we do on a publisher platform is research. So why there is a difference between search and research and how the platform can really solve your time, that's the whole function of, or that's the key responsibility area of my role.
Ranbir,
So
we have attendee who can't hear you.
uh,
I
but
don't know, is it only him or all of the attendees?
okay, I think just him. So maybe some problem from his side. If Brian or Rani has the mobile number, then they can call that person and maybe help
Yeah,
him.
perhaps. Yeah, or perhaps maybe he can leave and rejoin again.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. So he can disconnect and connect again. That is the best remedy.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So the purpose of this presentation is meant for current or prospective open access authors and account administrators. But as the Rani has mentioned, the Brian has mentioned, that today we will be covering the part that revolves around how an author would submit a paper to a particular journal, whether it is open access or hybrid journal, and once he will or she will submit the paper to that publication, how they have to go to the RLA platform, the Right Links Author platform, which is created by CCC, and that is standard for all the publishers. So all the publishers are using the same platform. And if you have multiple publishers, there are multiple options on that. So I will go in a while and I'll show you on the slides that how all those steps would look like. And it will show the process of open access publication from submission to post publication reporting as well. So what we are going to cover in this presentation is the submission process. Obviously, I cannot go to the real-time submission process because for that I have to create a manuscript and then I have to go to a particular journal. So I'll be showing you all those screenshots via slides. Once you submit your article based upon the kind of submission that you have done, whether it is open access submission or it is a hybrid submission, accordingly you will get different kind of agreements with respect to copyright. And then I will show you that how the right links platform for authors would look like. So the admin part we have already covered at length with Brian and Rani. But in case if you have any question, please feel free to ask me. At any point of time you feel I'm going too fast, please interrupt me there and I will explain that point again for you. So, this time I have done some changes to this presentation. Before I jump on to the normal discussion of how to submit a paper on the platform, I would like to give you some updates that that are in the best sync of this presentation as well, because you have taken a subscription, you have procured a product that is read and publish. So this is going to help you big time to understand that what all other options you have with IEEE Explore with respect to publishing with Explore. So this can really help you. So we have 195 plus journals. 100 plus journals out of 195 plus journals are hybrid journals. By hybrid, I mean to say you have both the options. You can go for open access publication or you can go for the traditional publications. Now, this slide is giving you an information on 13 new fully open access journal opportunity available for all of you. So we have recently launched these 13 new fully open access journals. And out of these 13, 10 journals are already live. The first issue of these journals are already live on IEEE Explore Digital Library platform, and that are part of your subscription as well. So, and all these are topical journal, but yes, these are fully open access journals. So these are, as on today, we have 24 fully open access journals. Out of those 24, these are 13 new fully open access journal. And on the right hand side, you will see one of the most famous open access journal of IEEE with a good impact factor is IEEE Access, and we'll soon introduce the following subsections of IEEE Access also. During this lean time, I would highly recommend all the authors to take use of IEEE data port as well. Data is the new oil. This is what the world says these days. No industry, no research can happen without access to the certain set of data. So what we have done, and this is a free website, and this will also help you in researching, in publishing, because nowadays most of the researchers are trying to incorporate the algorithmic code and as well as data set along with the article. So that is all about reproducibility. So whenever you get time, just go to Google and write IEEE data port. So here on this website, you can download or upload data set of up till 2 TB for free. And 2 TB is a big amount of, big quantity of data. And all these data sets are linked with the ORCID, the DOIs. So the moment you give the DOI number on this website, your data set will start reflecting on IEEE Explore Digital Library platform. And the best part of this website is we are hosting all these data sets on Amazon Web Services. So how Amazon Web Services is different from Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud. In Amazon Web Services, there are a lot of options for data analytics. So whenever you get time, just come to this website. You can manage data, you can store data, you can download, you can upload data up till 2 TB for free. And we are not limited only to technical areas. You want to search data on astronomy, you want to do research on ecology, you want to do research on finance. There are huge variety of data sets on this website. So whenever you get time, just explore this website also. We have also started the preprint server. Now, this is also one of the critical part of publishing, researching, or authoring. So I'm sure that you all understand the meaning of preprint server, and this is also a free service. So tomorrow, when the draft version of your manuscript is ready, it is highly recommended. Now, this is IEEE's preprint server. It is highly recommended that you upload your draft version of manuscript on a preprint server, be it it is IEEE or Elsevier or any other. Now, what is the benefit of uploading the draft version of your manuscript on a preprint server? Number one, you will safeguard your idea because, for example, if I'm doing a research on XYZ topic and it will take 4 months to me to develop that idea, and after that I will submit to IEEE, which takes a lot of time to publish an article, say 5 to 6 months. And at the same time, my friend Ahmed is doing a research on a similar idea because he's my friend. I shared my idea with him, and he published it with Elsevier or with ACM or with ASME, and he will get published first. So my entire hard work would go into vain, right? So the moment the draft version of your manuscript is ready, it is recommended to upload it on these preprint server. And you will get accepted in 2 days. This is not a peer review process. There is no peer review process on these servers. That's number one. You will be given the DOI number on day one. Your article would go public. And number two is people will start commenting on your research. That will give you a lot of scope to improve the quality of your research big time, right? And then because your research is already public, people will start sharing it on LinkedIn or Facebook or Mendeley. So this will also improve the altmetric score of your research. So you have not published a paper with the publisher, but you are able to you are able to improve the quality of your research. You are able to earn the citations for your research. You are able to earn the altmetric score before even you submit your paper to a publisher, because when you submit a paper to a publisher, at max you will get the review of 3 to 4 reviewers at max. That vary from publisher to publisher. But here, because your research is already public, the draft version of your research, which is not fully developed, but it's a draft version, completed version, number of people would start commenting on your research. So it's a good way of getting feedback before you submit to a publisher. And number two, I would always come to a preprint server first before even I start working on an idea, because this will give me an understanding if in future I'm going to get these kind of research based articles or not. So that will help me big time, and this is for free. Last but not the least, if we are talking about RLA, we are talking about paper submission, we are talking about authors and authoring. So one of the core website, which is also a free website by IEEE, that is IEEE Author Center. So whenever you get time, visit to this website. It will give you A to Z of publication. You want to understand about a peer review process, there is a video on that. You want to become a reviewer with IEEE, there is a video on that. You want to understand about the conference policies, there is a video on that. If you are confused that there are 195 plus journals in IEEE and many journals have a similar kind of name, irrespective of the fact that the scope and the aim of that journal is different, you can come to this website and there is a tool called IEEE Publication Recommender, if you can see on the right top corner. So this will help you in recommending the right set of journals and conferences on the basis of impact factor, on the basis of sub to pub time, and on the basis of open access availability. So this can help you a big time, in understanding which publication you should submit your paper to. So this is also free, and you can also opt for a newsletter. Subscribe to the free newsletter, and be updated on all the latest news with respect to this platform, IEEE Author Center. So coming back to the focus of this presentation, what is the process for authors? Submission, acceptance, and then seeking funding. The corresponding author will complete the submission process. By completing the submission process, I mean to say every journal homepage on IEEE Explore has a link to submit your manuscript. So when you click on submit your manuscript, you will upload all your documents, you will upload all the papers, you will mention the name of all the authors, you will mention your affiliation, all set of details. So that is the meaning of completing the submission process. Now there are two main aspects of this presentation. Authors submitting to fully open access journals will be asked to accept open access terms and charges during the initial steps. And authors submitting to the hybrid journals will not be asked. They will be asked about terms and condition of OA terms in the end. So there are two things: open access journals and hybrid journals. Open access journals are those journals where APCs are required. The author has to bear APC, article processing charges, right? Because author wants to keep their research freely open to everyone. This is under open science. But if you are going to a hybrid journal, you will not be asked for OA terms until you decide in the end whether you want to go for an open access publishing or whether you want to go for a traditional publishing. If you are going for a traditional publishing, author will not pay any charges as long as they are submitting their manuscript within the allowed number of pages. If they are exceeding the number of pages, only under that circumstance, the author has to pay the processing charges in in traditional publication also. But if the number of pages, say for journals, there are say 10 to 11 pages. For conferences, there are 5 to 6 pages. If you are following those number of pages, you are not paying any amount. So these are the two aspects. Now we will go to both the aspects one by one. So this is the example from IEEE Power and Energy Technology System Journal, IEEE Power and Energy Technology System Journal, and this is the open access journal. This is example one, wherein on the left hand side you can see the user interface of this journal, because every journal would have different interface when you submit your manuscript to that journal. So that's why we cannot come up with a standard template wherein we will show that all the, because every journal is linked to a different society. There are 39 technical societies, and all societies have their different websites and their different setups and their different repositories. So on the left hand side you can see this journal, and right on the first page, when you give the title, when you give the abstract, in the end you can see open access agreement. I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions. The page charges are set at the society discretion and differ from journal to journal. Not all journal charge pages charges. So what they are trying to tell you is, I mean, all journals have different pay charges. But if I have to give you a journal or a standard or a generic number, it will vary from $1,700 to $2,000. Now that entirely depend upon the open access agreement that you have done with the publisher, how much discount you have got, and I have no idea on all those things. But yes, this is the range of APCs from $1,700 to $2,000. By APC is a cost of one article submission. That will only help you to submit one single article. It's not the multiple articles. So you'll see here, there are some pricing variations among journals. So this is the first journal that I have shown you was IEEE Power and Energy Technology System Journal, and this is example 2. This is also open access journal, but this is IEEE Photonic journals. So here you will see there are difference in the page charges. So up till 6 or fewer publisher pages, there are 1,220. Then 1,820 for 7 to 10 published papers, 125 per page for the published page if you go beyond the allowed limit of pages. So we have discussed about the open access journals. These were two examples. Now they are talking about the hybrid journal. Now you will see at hybrid journal, there is no question in the beginning. But if I go back on the open access journal, on the bottom of this page, there is an open access agreement. So this is the example of hybrid journal, wherein they're asking you about the title, abstract, attributes, institution, reviewers, editors, recommendation. If you would like to give step number 6, upload your file, review and submit. Later in the submission process, the corresponding authors will be required to enter the manuscript details, list all the contributing authors, suggest reviewers, and upload the manuscript file. So this is the same thing what this slide is explaining. At the bottom says step 1, attributes, authors and institution, reviewers and editors, details and comments, and file uploading. If the manuscript is accepted, so which is rare in case of journals and transactions, which is more in case of conferences, I'm not trying to demotivate you, but I'm only trying to tell you that what level of quality we maintain when it comes to journal submission or acceptance in transaction submissions and acceptance. So if the manuscript is accepted, the authors will be prompted to upload the final files and confirm all the manuscript details. For papers in hybrid journals, the author will have to choose whether or not to publish with OAB. You have to mention it explicitly that you don't want to publish your paper under open access agreement. Authors of all papers will have to choose a license agreement and select the payment method. So that's the post acceptance part. So now we are assuming your paper has been accepted, and the that's the segment where you will upload your final files. You can see the final files, the status, the ID, the title, submitted date, and the other information on this page. Post acceptance, this is the example of hybrid review. As I have told you, in hybrid journal, you will get the question of open access publication in the end. So this is the last stage of hybrid submission. Authors of papers published in hybrid journals are only asked about open access after the acceptance. So there is the same question. Yes, please my article open access. I would pay 2045 APCs as well as any other applicable charges as outlined above. So by any other means, if there are more number of pages, that would incur the more charges. As in one of the previous journal I have shown you, it is $125 per page, but that vary from journal to journal, that vary from society to society also. And the second option that you want to go for in case you don't want to opt for APCs, no, my article is a traditional submission. I understand the overland paper charges or color charges may still apply as outlined above. So in case if you want to go for a traditional submission, you have to click on no. But today we are assuming, because we have taken the APCs, we are using these platforms. So in 100% of cases, we will click on yes only, not on no. So here comes the RightLinks author platform. So RightLinks author is the name of the platform. For example, IEEE Explore Digital Library is the name of a website on which we are hosting all our journals, conferences, and standards. Similarly, this is created by Copyright Clearing Center, the global body that handles all the copyright laws and terms and conditions, just to help all the publishers to have one standard platform, so that it is easily for admins to understand the number of APCs that they are utilizing, and it is easy to budget for the next year as well. So all article processing charges are handled through our RightLinks authors platform. After acceptance, authors will receive an email prompting them to pay all charges through RLA. So once you submit your paper, you are accepted. The RLA will send you an email with a link to pay the charges. So if the author is affiliated with an institution that has an OA agreement, which you have in this case, they will be prompted to seek funding from that institution. So what I would request all the authors, if there are authors in this presentation, the moment you get accepted and you just make your mind to go for open access publication, you should immediately call the admins of your institution. You should inform them. So just let's not really rely on the email, part of communication. You should tell them over the phone or whenever you meet them, this my article has been accepted, and soon you will receive an email from my side, from RLA side, and you, if I'm eligible for it, then you may approve it. So please keep all your admins informed beforehand. That will be easy for them to recognize you, because if there are sometimes there are many authors under the institutions, and some of the authors are not directly linked to the institutions, so they are the distance learner, or they are not working remotely, so it is difficult for an admin to recognize an author. But I will let you know in the subsequent slides that what is the trigger for an admin to recognize whether this author is an authorized author or not. So if the author is affiliated with the institutional that has OA agreement, they will prompt it to seek funding from that institution. Institutional profile. So every institution has a profile that is linked with the ring gold IDs. So what are ring gold IDs? Ring gold IDs would recognize institution. That is a unique number for an institution, for a university, for a school. Like we can compare these ring gold IDs with the ORCID IDs. Every author now are recommended to use the ORCID ID just to avoid the name disambiguation. So similarly, the ring gold is also an organization. They have been given the unique IDs that is helping RLA, that is helping C-suites, admins, and authors to understand the authenticity of that request coming out of XYZ or an anonymous author. So that how the email would look like. This is the email which an author would receive. For example, say the author's name is Krista Toms. Dear Krista Toms, congratulations on being accepted for publication in IEEE Access. You are receiving this email because your recently accepted article listed below has some charges pending, right? So you will click on pay charges now. On the left hand side, you can see this blue button. So you just need to click on this button. Let me just quickly see. There's some feedback coming from one of our friends. Right. So I have muted all of you. You can unmute yourself in case there are any questions. So on the left hand side, you can see this horizontal blue box. So that is the format of the email. So you just have to click on that. So the moment you click on this blue box, you will be prompted sign in to RightLinks authors. Since RightLinks author is managed by Copyright Clearing Center, not by IEEE directly, users will need to create a RightLinks account to view and pay the charges. So for the first time, you need to register. On the top, you can see there is something called need to register. So you just click on that and you can register. They will ask you about the Ringgold IDs, about your affiliation, about brief history of yours. So you need to give all that information during the registration. So once you register, if the affiliation data entered by the author matches an existing institutional profile, that means the Ringgold ID, authors will see the pop-up prompting them to seek funding from their institution. If an author chooses Bill Me instead, they will go through the standard workflow and will not use the institutional fund, which is not going to happen in most of the cases because the objective of this whole presentation is that you can get help from the funding agencies. So if you want to pay on your own, you can click on Bill Me, which will not happen in most of the cases. But if you want to go for your organizational or your institutional funding, you will click on Seek Funding from, say, Khalifa University or IEEE University. You click on that. You will click on OK. And once you click on OK, after the author chooses a payment method, they will see a summary of charges, including any discounts. So you will see the complete summary of charges. The discounts are applied. So this is the EPCs are already subsidized on a subsidized prices. If you choose to bill me, and if you are an IEEE member, you would still get a discount on that. Note that author must complete the checkout process even if the total order is for zero. So you'll click on next. So a view of the charges, if the author seeks funding from the institution, the total sum would be 00 because the entire amount is being paid by already paid by your funding agencies. I mean to say this request will go to an admin and then admin will take a decision whether to approve it or to reject it. But at this point of time, the total will come as 0.00 USD. And if you happen to choose Bill Me, the total amount would come after all the discounts will be applied. So that's the final screen of order review. The author will review their order, accept the terms and condition. If all details are correct, they will click on submit for approval. There is something called order reference number. So that your admin will tell you. So for example, every organizations have different ways of tracking that how many, for example, for IEEE, your admin will give you certain unique number so that it will be easy for him to track that these APCs are came for IEEE or for ACM or for ASME. So this is optional, the unique number. So if the PO or other tracking number is needed, as I have told you, the author will enter it here. Then you will submit for approval, and your work is done. Now you just have to wait for admin to review your request, to understand whether the request is coming from an authorized user, and based upon that he will accept it or reject it. If he will reject it, he will give reasons for that as well. So this is the final order confirmation. So even if the total due is 00, the author has to click on submit, and you can download the invoice from your email. Also you will get the invoice on the email as well. So that was the process for authors. So now I will open the platform for the questions. As I told you, it was not a very long presentation, it was a quick presentation. So you can unmute yourself and you can ask questions.
Thank you very much, Ranbir, for this presentation. Obviously, there are no questions. Perhaps now we can give the control to Brian, so he can show us the platform he was talking about.
Sure. So over to you, Brian. The ball is in your court now. You can just press Alt Control D and you can take the control.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Alt Control D.
Yeah. D as in Delta.
Yeah, got it. Let's see which. Yes. Okay. So I'm trying to share my screen. Can you all see it?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is the library, the university's open access publishing portal, where we're sharing the information for the local information. It's if you go to the library's homepage, you can see this. It's under resources, and then the last link here, open access publishing. When you click on it, you'll come here, or it's just library.ku.ac.ae/OA for open access. And this has all the information about the institutional initiative to do this, about how we got started in this. As soon as the policy is approved, it's going to be published down here. And then we have links to all the 3 publishers. So we're doing this with ACS, IEEE, and Wiley. And on each publisher's page, there's information about the process, about the step-by-step process, and we're going to update this with the screenshots that we've gotten from today's presentation. We're going to embed the video of today's presentation in here as well. You can see the flow chart that we have set up here about how this works. The only limitation about this is that the institution is only committed to paying the charges for journals that are in the Q1, they're quartile 1. And we have the current list that we have of the Q1 journals from IEEE that are down here, immediately below the details. So you can download these either in PDF format or Excel format, and we will update those as time goes by as we get new information. We also have links to the Author Center that was shown during the presentation, where you can get more help about doing things. And there are also the links down here of the IEEE author tools. So the Author Center and help picking a journal, validating your graphics, and the data port that was talked about as well. So if at any point you have any questions, you can contact me or Ronnie, either one. And just so you know, we are the ones that are saying yes, no to payment, but we're not evaluating the papers themselves. We're only evaluating whether it is in one of the Q1 journals. So if we reject a, a paper, it's not that we're saying it's a bad paper or anything like that. It's just not in one of the Q1 journals. All right. And that's all I've got. So if there's any questions about that, just please let me know right now or send us an email. My email is walter.hall and Ronnie's is ronnie.anon. And if you ever need anything help, please just let us know.
I'm sorry, Brian. I lost you.
Oh, I'm sorry. When did you lose me?
Just the last thing that you were talking about.
Okay, so the last thing I was just saying is, if you do need any help with any of this, just email me. My email is walter.hall@ku.ac.ae. I just put it here in the chat window.
Yep.
Or you can email Ronnie. I'll put her email in here too, and we'll be glad to help you out. Just so that it's clear, just in case I didn't want this to get missed, we're approving or not approving the payments for the APCs. It's only based on the journal that it's published in. We've been told by the university's administration that we will pay for any article that's in a Q1 journal that's in these three publishers. And so if we're rejecting the payment, we're not looking at your article and saying it's not good enough or anything like that. We're only rejecting it because it wouldn't be in a Q1 journal.
Yeah, I mean, like, because this is already peer reviewed and accepted, so yeah, there's no point of that, an admin can reject it. Yeah.
And like I said, it could be a perfectly fine article. It's just if it's not in a Q1 journal, we've been told
Right.
to pay it.
So what I understand, Brian and like Rani, like both of you are admins, is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, Ronnie and I are both admins, so either one of us can approve.
Right. And the other two attendees on this webinar, like one is Minds, MINDS, and another is SLEE. So they are authors. Probably you want to ask any question, anything that comes to your mind related to IEEE, related to publishing, related to what Brian has just demonstrated, please ask us. Can you hear us? I think the authors are there, like, so I'm unable to pronounce the names. It is Minds and SLEE.
I don't know who those are.
Okay. Okay.
They are muted.
So I have unmuted them now, both of them. Can you hear us? Okay, maybe this.
Obviously,
Maybe some technical issue. No problem. Anyway, so that's it from my side, Ahmed, Brian, and Rani. So
Yes, thank you, Ranbir.
I hope I did not bore you because it was the same stuff again and again.
Not at all.
That's why I added those few new slides today, so that I'm more than happy because people are, I mean, especially Brian, the way you have shown the website when you have mentioned the author center IEEE data port. So you are like 10 steps ahead than us. So rather, we should learn from you, all these things, because this is not that common in India, to be very honest. But you already know about all these things. So I know I'm more than keen to meet all of you in person.
Yeah, hopefully we can all do that soon.
Sure.
Ranbir, if everything is back normal, the travels and everything, we will arrange on-site training with you.
Sure. So, Rani, can I ask you one question that is not
Sure.
presentation?
Yes, please.
You are from South India?
Yes, I'm from Kerala.
Oh, wow. Okay, 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 okay.
And what about you?
I am from Punjab. I am from the North India.
Punjab, yeah, Ranbir, yes, it's a Punjabi name. Yeah.
Though I live in Gurgaon.
Gurgaon, yes, I visited Punjab 2 years ago, Amritsar
Okay.
and yeah, few places in
Right,
Punjab.
right. So, yeah. Thank you very much, Rani. Happy to. I'm
Thank you.
looking forward to meet you in person.
Sure. We had a plan to invite you for an on-site, workshop and training, but now the situation is different.
Right.
Maybe soon we will be able to do it.
Sure. Thank you, Brian. Thank you,
Thank
Rani.
you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ranbir, and thanks all of you. I can see really a great effort in this library portal. It's amazing, actually.
Thank you. And
So-
we're looking forward to adding this presentation and to it, so it has even more information, and that'll be very helpful.
And if you need anything, just feel free to contact us. We're always there to support.
So I will share the presentation and the recording. Both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ranbir, and thanks everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.